go. CCL, Cause Championship League. The place where champions live, or whatever the freaking title is. It's something really stupid, I pretty much can tell. It's funny how that's being called where champions live, yet there are a bunch of irrelevant nobodies that haven't been, relevant since 2004. Anyway, I am Loudon Styles, and I have a bunch of esteemed gentlemen here right now that also have gripes with CCL, such as Brent Harvinator.
Mr. World Champ himself.
That's right. Smokey.
And I'm the host of the Smoke Room, and this is the show, and I'm coming after Brent's title in this fake-ass league.
Also, Joseph Matos.
Make this a fucking promo for yourself, why don't you?
Yeah, just true of the GM factor, letting everybody know right now that I will be like a neutral on the matter. Last time I chose sides, it didn't work out that great for me.
But yeah, so we basically have a certain gripe, and we basically told ourselves, after seeing Supernova, stuff needs to be said. Like, literally, stuff needs to be said after Supernova, because Supernova, besides the fact that it was god-awfully long and half the matches were abysmal, there were certain things about that show that, well, I can't quite put my finger on it. It was, what's the word I'm looking for, Brent?
Ludicrous, completely retarded, Butcher's choice.
How about fucking terrible?
Hey,
How about
don't shit on
Holy fuck,
my...
we forgot about Christian Gary.
But then again, that's what I thought about half the matches on the card.
Yeah, and by the way, Brent, don't crap on Butcher's Choice, because that makes a hell of a lot more sense than half the matches Sushi books.
Oh, I wasn't meaning like the Butcher's Choices in the match you do with Battle Pro. I actually meant like Butcher's Choice, you choose the insult.
Oh, God, yeah.
wait, don't forget don't forget the Russo booking in the pre-show.
Oh, God, yeah, so much Russo booking. Oh, here's the best part. Half of the polls were rigged.
Really? I know the main event, I believe, was rigged. I remember Smokey telling me about it. What else was rigged?
The tag
Well,
team match for one.
The women's tag or the regular?
Both.
Both tag matches
That's
were
because
rigged.
nobody voted for the women.
Yeah, pretty much. Because half the CCL audience don't really care about the women's wrestling, because the women's wrestling in CCL, just like every other colleague, doesn't really matter because you have a very incompetent guy booking it and doesn't know how to make it interesting. So, of course...
Not like SCA booking.
Or OJFWA, or the BWF.
Or Allura.
Yeah, those fans.
Because
What do you think about the pre-show? We're going to start with the pre-show. The suspects, Smokey, tied with Kazarian, I think I'm saying that name right, and Matt Bennett. And he ended up doing 2 triple threat matches, and then the tag team championship matches. That's the worst decision ever. And it made me and Suspect look like a bitch. And that's what got me steamed. Because me and Suspect is a legitimate tag team who was booked that way probably a couple months in advance. We did promos together on CCL. And yet, he goes and pulls 2 triple threat matches? 2 triple threat matches. Really? The best alternative would have been to put Smokey and Suspect versus Kazarian and Phoenix. Winner faces the champions.
Yeah, that would have been a good...
Doesn't that seem logical?
Yeah, if you guys noticed during the pre-show, I even was talking about how ludicrous, how bad the idea of having 2 triple threat matches for tag team titles. It should have been, exactly how Smokey said it. And then whoever wins would either face the Freemans after that match or face the Freemans during the actual card.
Plus, to be honest, didn't the same shit happen last year with Future Shock?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, because it was like 2 fatal 4-way matches. Winners get the titles.
I never
What is your
understood
thoughts
that.
on it, Brent?
I think Brent.
I guess Brent ain't
I'm
around.
still here. I'm just face palming myself multiple times, just talking about CCL.
Welcome
Okay,
to my
yeah,
world.
is this currently recording?
Yes, it is recording.
Okay, great.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No,
See-
I thought we were just gonna go ahead, do it freestyle, like, you know?
No, that
Freestyle.
we are freestyling it. This is recorded and stuff. So
Yeah, we're completely unrated here, Gary, so you can say like whatever the hell you want and not be limited.
And
of
by the
course,
way,
it's
this
on my
part-
channel.
these parts are going to be edited out because yeah. So let's get back to the subject at hand.
Please.
But yeah, the whole thing of that pre-show, it's like, here's the thing with Sushi. You think for a minute he is improving, but then he takes like 20 steps back and makes the same mistakes he made like however many seasons ago and doesn't see it. And the problem is, what?
You got an example?
I mean, okay. I gotta think of a good one because God knows how long
Just
it's
that
been.
we can clarify it for some of the viewers who never saw CCL before.
Okay.
Okay, the simple fact that he tried to make the movement. He makes a stable called the movement. Doesn't work out. He ends up jobbing the ever-living hell out of them, and the movement doesn't look strong. So he brings in another team. Which, by the way, if I remember correctly, the movement's basic thing was, we're going to take over CCL, if I remember correctly. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, yeah.
So he
And
makes
here's the
another-
funny thing, Loudon. The funny thing about the movement was that basically he got the idea from when I did the collective stable back in 2010.
Oh my God.
That or you got the idea from the Nexus.
I know, but he said it was a mixture of the Nexus and the collective. Except the
You made
collective
it pretty
was job-
obvious it was the Nexus.
Plus, didn't the same shit happen with the army of dickheads that came
Oh, I
around
mean,
last
you mean the non-relevant stable that got taken out by one guy who never defended the hardcore belt?
Well,
Except
actually,
like,
Hello?
actually, it was me, Brent, Smokey, Suspect, and Affliction that took
Yeah,
them
when
out
you
one by
see
one.
that a ring announcer can beat up a guy from the Army of Death, you know that's a bad sign.
Oh yeah,
There-
Army of Death too. Another team that he brought up that was supposedly gonna take over CCL had vignettes done by them where you thought, oh crap, these guys are a legitimate threat. Nope.
Yeah, they about as soft as baby shit, to be honest.
What league did they come from anyway?
Ultimate Call Championship Wrestling, better known as UCCW.
Oh yeah, fuck that league. No.
I don't watch it anyway.
That guy's
You know that guy,
the owner
you know
is a
that guy
faggot too.
commented in on one of my videos saying that he had poison at UCCW. I'm like, how would I know if you had poison at UCCW? I don't even watch your show. I hadn't even heard of you.
Plus, his commentary sucked. Well, actually, both him and Fluke Dog's commentary, the guy from TNXA, sucks!
Oh fuck.
Well, I'm not gonna.
Okay, I'm just gonna say
gonna-
this. Don't even bring up Death or Fluke Dog. Don't even bring those two up because I have gripes with those guys inside and outside of the call community. They're a bunch of freaking posers and a lot of other things. So I'm gonna leave it alone right there.
Okay?
Right, I'm just gonna say straight up, I have nothing against Death and Fluke Dog. You know, I
Me
have been in
neither.
contact with them. I have nothing against them, so
Oh, I have been in contact with Fluke Dog and Death, so I got issues. But
I know. But I'm
that.
just letting them know right now that to prevent any misunderstandings during this, I have nothing against half the owners in the most of these leagues.
Yeah.
True
Okay.
that. I ain't got nothing against Death or Fluke Dog either. It's just that they need to work on their commentary a bit more.
Okay,
Still
so
work on coin.
pretty much the pre-show was utter shit. Russo booking to the T, and then we get to the main show itself. We get to Supernova.
Oh yeah, and I should know. I commentated the whole thing.
Okay, first of all, let me just say the following. Once again, Sushi has issues production-wise and editing.
Mm-hmm.
He leaves shit in there that he easily could have taken out. He easily could have just taken out some of the stuff. Or, like, if it's not the production itself, that he's put, like, titles in different places, it's audio quality.
Mm-hmm.
Or the trons of the wrestlers themselves going on a bit too long.
Isn't that only like for certain wrestlers that have special trons in their entrance?
Yeah, I guess.
I made my one.
Here's the problem. Even with the guys that do have like a special tron, they go on way too fucking long.
Past the minute.
Yeah, they passed the minute mark. And it's like, okay, we get it. You know, fucking cut to the action already, please. Just...
I'm just mad at the fact that he jobbed vamping. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's his other problem. He makes, like, from what I hear, he makes promises to people's calls, like, oh, I got plans for you, but he jobs them out because apparently he forgets.
Basically, it's like burning those plans and sticking them in the trash can. But about that first match, didn't that one guy win the hardcore title because it was in his hometown?
Oh, I mean the dude who reminded me of Kevin Nash?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Mark,
we were acting
Mark,
on count
come
down.
on.
Done. Big sexy, big rig. Done.
I just love the fact that we were
Come
counting how
on,
many...
fake ass, bitch ass, fake ass, diesel ass, motherfucker ass, I keep on ass. Stupid, what the fuck is your name? Is a pig rig? Really? Are you
A
freaking
porno
kidding me?
name. It's a porno
champion,
name.
a hardcore champion, Brent Harbonator. You go from Brent Harbonator to a guy go, doo-doo.
No, for real.
Really?
Van, if you were going to give the hardcore title to anybody, Van should have even gotten the hardcore title because he was the one who brought it in the first place. And he screwed it out of the hardcore title in that tournament, and I remember that clear as day.
Plus, isn't he the true king of extreme, as I
Yes.
mentioned in the intros?
Yeah, you know, Vant was jobbed out in that tournament by some no-name.
Oh yeah, my other big gripe about CCL. Big names getting jobbed out by either no-name guys that have nothing to them, or
That
guys...
should be in pulse and be built up.
Yeah, that should be built up, but built up the wrong way, and or guys that are overhyped and irrelevant and very over-fucking rated.
Let's say something real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Sure.
I want to jump ahead on the card a little bit because it hit me pretty good. They inserted me in the national championship match against this guy named Great D.
Boy, the
Right.
great
Can
kid
somebody please,
Like I said.
can one of y'all please tell me what had this guy done? He deserved to be pushed the way he has been done. He is nothing but a joke, and all of a sudden he's better than me. He all of a sudden made me a jobber.
Basically, no disrespect, Smokey, but all he's done is kissed ass, sucked dick, and licked twice.
Doesn't he do
Okay,
that with
now-
Extreme Tony?
I'm gonna say this very nicely to start off with. I'm gonna try to be calm with this cause last time we done this, I was a little over the top. But I'm gonna try to say this. I gave Sushi so many chances to prove to me that he will agree. He will go on to what he promised me whenever I signed with CCL. That he will make sure that I have a good storyline. I could give a fuck about a damn title. Look at my damn title history in call. It ain't that big. World titles 4. That's it. But I don't. That shit don't matter. That ain't what makes Smokey. Smokey goes out there and he does his all, and that's promo. That's some character. But in all seriousness, though, Smokey is known for his in-ring ability, his brawling style, and his ability to do a great promo. And not for being a kiss ass. not for bitching and whining. We go out there and we do our damn thing. And I've been doing this since 2007. And Lyman can vouch for me, Brent can vouch for me, Joseph can vouch for me, and Christian can damn sure vouch for me.
True.
I don't appreciate no disrespect from a bitch-ass motherfucking damn call owner who thinks he's the shit cause he runs a league called Call Champions League. When
Which
the
is a shitty
champions
name.
in it is, besides, I ain't gonna say all the champions are bitches. I'm gonna exclude Brent because he's my homeboy. But in reality, I am coming for that Tyler anyway, so he is a bitch.
Isn't Smokey known for his charisma more than anything?
Smokey is known for his don't give a fuck attitude and his balling ability.
True, very true.
And that's what he's best known for. But to be jobbed out to the great D is a joke and it's a disgrace to call. I even had Bird. And Bird, me and Bird don't even get along that much. Me and Bird's alright, but Bird even said that was a disgrace to call. And that was an embarrassment. And everything else. And when Bird says something like that, especially since me and Bird has had all that beef in the past, you know it's bad.
It's not every day you can look up and watch a colleague and see you get jobbed out by a recheck Will Smith Men in Black character.
True.
Oh God.
D. Malenko's theme remixed, of course.
Yeah, seriously, Great D is like a fucking Will Smith reject call creation that somehow passes as an original. But you can see Will Smith all over. And oh, by the way, here's another funny part that I just realized. The owner that makes Great D makes a better Great D than CCL. Because seriously, what the fuck is up with that attire? It looks like a rehashed crappy version of the Total Package Lex Luger attire.
No.
Which gimmick with Lex Luger specifically, or just Lex Luger in general?
No, the gimmick where he would always be in the middle of the ring posing when he had like those tights that had like the freaking men's bathroom logo on.
Oh, you mean
Wait,
the
you mean- oh.
narcissist?
Not the narcissist.
When he did the flying forearm.
Pretty much.
Okay.
But no, that was, yeah, I saw that. I watched that match. I actually decided to watch Supernova before, like, the first time we did do this video. I'm not gonna lie, there were some parts I skipped over because it was, like, it was too much to handle. And by too much to handle, I meant it was making my ears bleed, probably, because of the sheer suckage of it. But I did manage to watch it, and I saw the United States Championship match, and I literally went, are you fucking kidding me?
Brent, what's your take on it?
I think Brent's speechless from the stupidity of the match.
I am, sadly. I just am. I have nothing good to say about the entire show except for the end.
Well, let's see. I got something to say about the women's tag division, if I could borrow the floor real quick.
Bathroom break.
Oh,
Shut up. Anyway, okay, I can understand that he wants to do like a women's tag division, right? But here's the problem, and this has actually been a core problem. He doesn't have enough tag team. He doesn't have women's tag teams in the division. So how can you throw? It's like WWE logic. You throw two random people together who have no chemistry.
Yeah.
Plus,
At least I'm gonna say it right now. SCA, VWF, and Allure, run by a friend of mine, Buddha Monkey. We have legitimate tag teams in our leagues.
okay.
I probably have the most tag teams from after 3.
Okay, but wouldn't the Hardcore World Order or Sports Entertainment Extreme count as a tag team or something?
Yeah, they do too.
Wow, just wow.
The fact is, why do you have a women's tag team division in the first place? What the fuck is the point of it?
That they're
I haven't yet.
Oh.
Are you referring to CCL or to SCA, Brian?
CCL.
Okay.
It's to prove that they have dominant women's tables. But
They have too many belts as it is.
I would want to see them drop I would want to see them drop the national title and replace it with a light heavyweight title. But that's just me.
I would too, except they won't have that many like light heavyweights. My guy's pretty close to it, like at 299. Not 299, 229.
Actually, your guy's like 230.
He's 230, 229, same shit.
Sure.
Gain a couple hundred more pounds and I'll be fucking heavyweight.
Super heavyweight.
Let me put it this way: would you rather watch a CCL women's match or an SCA women's match?
Any other
yeah.
match other than CCL, basically. Because as you
Okay,
see,
Joseph, break down the next match. Since y'all didn't go down for break down the next match.
but still, you guys, as y'all can plainly see, the reason why they gave the women's tag team titles to Super Christie and Viper Woman is because they just want to continue to shove them down our throats after giving them 6 straight matches.
I want to shove something down their throats. Oh!
Get one!
Hacksaw. Jim Duggan.
But still, break down the next match, please. Somebody.
Okay. If I can, I'm gonna see if I can try to remember this off the top of my head. Oh yeah, the gauntlet. There we go, the gauntlet match.
Somebody has to put the geek on a leash. We can't let him go rapid on this one.
He's trying to do everything in his power.
The worst gauntlet match ever. When you
Wait,
could have had Smokey and Gregory back and them steel cage. Nobody wants to see a fucking gauntlet match, and especially how it ended. A KO by elbow. Not, I won the match, but by elbow? Are you really? Really? Elbow, KO. And you clearly see he's still standing. And Sushi tried to play it off like the referee thought Black had enough. And so Black attacked the referee. But that's beside the point. The gauntlet match. People, I don't get what the fuck Supernova voters were thinking when they wanted a fucking gauntlet match. That match was made for a one-on-one match. Because Black, if you paid attention, I know it's hard to pay attention at the time, but when you pay attention, Black ran every single match before the CPV. And to get him in the steel cage would have made more sense than a fucking stupid-ass gauntlet match, which made Suspect job, which... that's wrong.
Made Sherman job
Didn't
too.
it make... Oh, right. It did made El Hombre de Terror, the Man of Terror job, but still, I can honestly not see why that match had to end via KO, because it wasn't even off of a basic running lariat finisher, it was off of a comeback running lariat.
Oh, wait. And here's the one thing. You guys know the rules to a gauntlet match, right?
What?
Yeah.
Everybody should know this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you remember, during the commentary where I actually pointed this out, the rules of the gauntlet, he mentioned that the gauntlet will continue whether Greg wins or loses.
Bullshit.
Yes, you heard me. He mentioned this on commentary. When I said that normally if you lose, that's it. You lose. The gauntlet doesn't continue if the person who lost.
Yeah, that was a mental fuck up right there.
He botched on commentary.
Ain't that the damn truth?
The fans botched on the Supernova vote. Put Smokey third in the big poll.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's talk about the CCL fan base a bit, shall we? Can we like talk about them?
And
Oh, yeah.
sadly, I'm a member of the fan base.
Yeah,
Let's
sure.
go.
I want to let everybody know now, before everybody gets any ideas and tries to flame me on my YouTube or my Facebook or my Twitter, I have nothing personal against anybody that's being mentioned here.
Can I just say that the CCL fan base are probably the sole reason why Sushi will never improve in any of his stuff that he does CCL-wise?
Explain.
When they graduate from kindergarten, they'll probably be good enough people.
Jesus!
Pretty much.
There is no
that's
Jesus!
Brent will agree with me with this because Brent knows what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say all the CCL fan base because I know there's some sane ones in there, but there are most of the CCL fan base that are basically blind sheep that will freaking eat anything that he gives them. And it could be utter shit, and they will still go with like, oh my god, that's like the greatest thing ever, when it's not really that good. And it's because of them, they're the reason why like Sushi will probably never improve in his videos, because they will freaking mark out for everything he does, no matter how shitty it is.
Speaking of which, what about that Texas death match? Or as I called it, a good old-fashioned death match.
Texas deathmatch my ass. That was not a Texas deathmatch.
If anything, it almost damn near bored me to death just watching it. And announcing.
Hey, you guys want to see a true final battle between Sergeant Clemens and Dallas? Watch that be the fights when it comes out.
Shameless plug!
I can
Win.
do that.
I do want to say something, and I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid of no backlash on it. I'm not afraid of no CCL fans. I'm not afraid of nobody. I've dealt with worse dangers than CCL fan base. I've dealt with fucking E-games. I dealt with freaking flamers, people who spam my account and ban my account.
And that's what everybody, yes, that's
CCL fan base needs to get them head check and realize they got a voice. Instead of going with what they see on the screen and pay attention to the programming, the actual program on the screen that you actually watch, pay attention to it, watch it, and vote. You had a chance. You had a chance to voice your opinion, but you go with what they wanted.
True, very true. And
And I don't
sadly,
give a fuck. All y'all can kiss my ass. And if the CCL wants to fire me for this, I don't give a fuck. Because I'm motherfucking Smokey, and I got like 3 or 4 other leagues I'm in.
wow.
I don't know if
Alright.
I'm gonna hold him back, ever.
And I keep his ass and still his hollow and go to another league.
Oh my god, it will be the summer of Smokey.
No, don't you mean this? No, basically it's the summer of Brent and Smokey. And speaking of Brent, I just want to bring up something about Brent Harvinator and the fact that it took him to literally pull a Shane Douglas circa ECW late 90s in order, or CM Punk, if you will, for him to finally get something that he should have gotten like months ago, and that's a world title opportunity. Here's the
6 months ago.
Here's the funny thing. That promo that he gave... Okay, Brent, tell me if I'm wrong or not. You meant every word you said. You were, like, legitimately shooting.
I was legitimately shooting correct.
Like, you weren't joking around. You weren't, like, dicking around doing, herp and derp heel promo. No, you legitly said and meant everything you said in that promo.
I meant every single word, and all the 10-year-olds that watched it ate it up like it was a promo.
Pretty much. Every comment was like, "Law, Brent Harvinator, pipe bomb, pipe bomb, pipe bomb, Brent Harvinator, CM Punk."
What the fan base? What is it? Fan kitties?
It's like they don't know. They literally did not know he meant what he said. And so, what does that get him? Oh, that gets him a world title shot and Sushi kissing his ass. Sushi paying attention to Brent for finally and, kissing his ass along the way. Oh, Brent, I'll give you a title shot if you need that, buddy. Okay, I'll give you that title shot. And then, here, Matos, this is one of the riggings right here.
Mm-hmm.
The main event for the world title. No, from what I heard, if I remember correctly, nobody fucking voted that much. Or better yet, they voted for somebody else completely different, and Sushi rigged the votes in order for Brent Harbonator to win.
Like, Control just hacked out its mic.
Plus, it even took me a little spilling of the beans, so to speak, talking about I wanted to make an NFL Films package afterwards.
Wait a minute, but who were they originally voting for? Before the rigging?
No one, to be honest.
Yeah, pretty much. No one.
Wow, I should have voted Vamp in that match.
Like, no one fucking voted. And so, Sushi basically rigged the vote and was like, and he pretty much voted Brent like 100-something damn times, if not like, voted Brent a bunch of times, and Brent got into the main event and is the world champion.
I guess he really took the phrase vote early and vote often to a whole new level.
He pretty much did, but joke's on him though, because now that Brent has the title,
you can't do a damn thing about it.
Yeah, Brent wants
the hostage situation waiting to happen.
Yeah. See, Brent, there are two different scenarios I can come up with here. He'll either he'll pull a Christian on you, and Gary, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the 2 to 5 days thing.
He'll play the creative control card on you.
Pretty much.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry for disturbing.
It's
But
cool.
I gotta say this. We can say this live on the air. Cause I know he's gonna be watching this. If he decides to have me in the push to face Brent, I don't want an immediate match. I want build-up. Me and Brent, promos. We want to do our own promos. And this ain't about no text between me and him. Me and him work well together. That's what makes good call. If you want to watch good call, you get good promos. And if you want good promos, you put me and Brent and you let us build ourselves up in that match. And if I get the number one contender shot, then don't do a stupid damn title match the next week. That don't make no damn sense at all. That don't make no sense. You gotta have build up for that type of match. I ain't no bitch. I ain't get the match day next week and just job. If I do lose, I want to at least want to build the match up because that's what it deserves. Because I at least deserve that kind of respect to at least have my voice heard. And Brent does too. Brent deserves to have a chance to fire back at me, and I got to give a chance to fire back at him. That's what's great in call. That's what that's what we bring in here in this new generation of call. No more of this stupid ass text shit. We're gonna voice our them opinions of our own selves, not by these stupid ass text that makes me sound like I'm black or something like that. I got my certain slang, but I don't sound I ain't black, I ain't white, I'm smoky. And I have my own slang. I don't speak no, oh, yo, hold on, I'm gonna whip your ass, y'all, and what kind of shit is that, really? I say y'all sometimes. That's my word, not anybody else's to use. They use it any way they want to. If I want to use it, I use it. But my main thing is, if he ends up doing that, I demand he has no control over what me and Brent says during our promos. Me and him has complete control over the promos. He can't do a thing about it. It's me and Brent, mano, and we're going to build the feud up. And no instant match.
Ain't that the
Oh yeah,
truth?
Just nod
Smokey,
my
I'm
head
gonna
to
point
it.
out one thing though. I can't really do voices for women in an all women's roster. You know this, right?
But I'm just talking about between me and Brent.
Oh, no, it's just that when you made that statement, you weren't really specific.
Well, I'm talking about there should be more voiceovers in call instead of text. You can still do text because it's limited, but in certain situations, voiceovers should be used more often to create the realism of the feud.
Wouldn't that also have to mean, say, if somebody doesn't speak English, they would have to need a translator or something, huh?
Yeah, exactly. What is it?
Like, I've got a wrestler in RSW right now who's Japanese and refuses to speak English, so I have a Japanese person that does speak English be his translator and shit.
But
Right.
Roundtable, do y'all agree with me on what I just said? I'm just kind of curious. I wanted to speak my mind about that, and I'm curious. Do y'all think that's a good idea?
Hell
Like,
yeah.
have more voiceover, realism in call instead of boring ass text, and you don't even provide excitement. It's just text. It's just
Hell
read it.
yeah.
Even though there are, I'll
I
agree
would have
somewhat, but there are, but it wouldn't really work in SCA right now.
Plus, there's not really that many female voice actors for you to be around, Joseph. I mean, I can hook you up with, hold on, Smokey. Joseph, I can hook you up with a couple of abridged voice actresses, but even that's not going to work.
Yes, for Fred and for Buddha Monkey, we have to stick with text. For you guys, it will probably benefit you guys a little bit more.
Yeah, plus it would work a lot more
Just talking about
the ring announcer.
I'm just talking majorly. What I'm trying to say
You're
is
trying to
for
say
the
that for
majority-
guys that
major
don't have
calls,
divas, they should.
major calls like Loudon, like Grant, like even Extreme Tony, even all the calls that the call handlers should have a voice. That's
Hell,
in a
like
match, if they in a feud with somebody, like a CCL, or I even say it, WDF. I know he's probably watching this. He probably got idea for WDF because he's already in a great league, and it's a great way to expand it because he done did it with Oceax before, and it worked out well. And he done it with me too. I've done that also there, and it worked out well. I don't see why it wouldn't benefit every other colleague that they added the realism to it. That's what I'm trying to say.
I can actually do a good voiceover for Extreme Tony. Just listen to this. Hey Chico, Tommy, why you leave me?
Well,
Oh my
really,
god.
man.
He was probably listening to this right now. Extreme Tony, I have nothing against you.
I got nothing
That's
against
my
Extreme Tony.
Well, I can
I've got
actually
nothing
do-
against Demeter.
cool. I like to call him.
I can actually do Extreme Tony's voiceover because I am well versed in both English and Spanish.
Okay,
Okay.
let's see yours.
Hey, hold on one sec. Hey, Tommy, why you leave me? Come on, jingle the magic, come back,
God. You sounded like
this is
Greg
what-
Brady going through puberty while doing a Mexican accent. Anyway.
Okay, anyway,
Let's
before
get back
we,
to the match.
yeah, let's see.
Supernova.
Let's go back to
Supernova back. Focus it. But we're going to go to Brett's match. Brett Harvander versus
Aaron Alexander.
Ed Alexander. What are your
AKA
thoughts on that
generic
match?
call number 24 in the CCO roster, because every one of those calls, minus a couple, look generic as hell.
Wait. I love how, I felt so out of it during Aaron Alexander's entrance. So whatever Eddie and Champ are trying to say something about Aaron Alexander, I just cut in and just put myself over because I'm probably the only relevant thing in that segment.
Because,
I heard that.
well, I don't blame you, and I remember that, because I was like, oh, wait, he's trying to put himself over. Hey, I don't blame you. No one gives a fuck about Aaron Alexander.
Yeah, the only
Except
thing that was
because
more
if you're
interesting-
talking about heel,
diehard fans of BCW.
like if you're
Well-
talking about heel, I probably wanted the epitome of it.
But still, the only thing that was, and I hate to sound like I am trying to push myself here, but the only thing that was interesting about those Max introductions were Brent's intro and me doing my 4 words of doom. No disrespect to Michael or Bruce Butler.
Are you ready? Anyway.
No, actually, it's... Sorry.
Here we go. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Award-winning right here, ladies and gentlemen. He is award-winning.
Wait a second!
Jesus.
In this night, Gary, you will be visited by 3 traps, and each of them will be more deadly than the last.
What are your overall impressions of the main event? Overall impressions.
Obvious that Brent was gonna win the title.
Very obvious.
Pretty obvious.
I
Damn
I
obvious.
had a feeling from the get-go. It was almost as predictable as who was going to win the voting for the women's tag match.
Yeah.
Super Christie and Viper Woman.
Well,
Yeah.
Didn't y'all think that women's regular title match sucked?
Yeah, let me say this. I called it the popcorn break match.
Why? Because Envy nor April were voted. We're the contenders for that title. Give Envy back the damn it.
And it's still kind of sad because I voted in SCA names, like an April Acid, a Sergeant Clemens, and an Envy. None of them got voted in. Instead, Miss Penny Dreadful, MPD...
No, wait, no, Gary. I have no disrespect against Miss Penny Dreadful, because I'm actually friends with her. And we're actually partners in NYCW.
Oh,
I'm just saying this right now, Penny, I have nothing against you.
but still, that match was literally a soda...
I have nothing against Penny. I have the way it was booked.
Yeah. Basically, that match was made out to look like a concession stand match.
Pretty much.
Even Penny will... If I was talking with Penny right now, she had Skype, and I was talking to her on Skype, I think she would probably agree with me.
That it was a sucky match.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And, and I have her in charge of the women's the roster in NYCW since I took it over. Yeah, that's right. I took over another person's colleague because I won a match last year.
We're taking over!
Oh shit! Brett
That's
Harmonator
always-
is now
I'm-
Stevie Richards.
I'll show you. You'll see.
I guess this is pretty
Oh.
much how CCL's gonna feel once this promo is already done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll never know until I show you my head, and I'm gonna ask you, do you got head?
What does everybody want?
Head. Oh god.
Well,
Okay.
hey guys, as long as we don't start singing the Job Squad theme, then I think we're good.
Yeah, we're very good. Okay, so yeah, the women's title match, bad. The women's tag team title match, yeah, bad too.
I thought we were talking about my world title match.
Yeah, let's get back to the world title match. Yeah, Brent Harmonator versus Aaron Alexander. Generic versus somebody who should have had the title a long time ago. You just Brent making his entrance. Chris could have freaking went on commentary and go, well, we know who's going to be winning here tonight. And it's certainly not the guy who walked out with Triple H's entrance.
Yup.
He could have said that and nothing bad would have happened because he would have been right. It was that predictable that you knew Brent was going to win the match. It was so predictable. And guess what? He did. And now it's pretty much the waiting game. We're going to see what happens now that Brent Harmonator's champion. Because quite honestly, I feel they're going to fuck Brent over just like they fuck Smokey over every time. Oh, Smokey's heel.
And Vamp. And Vamp.
Oh, wait, there's also another thing to point out, guys. Remember, Nathan House has the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yep.
Yep, that too. And, you know...
Right, you gotta keep your eye out for that.
And I have a feeling that he's going to do something incredibly stupid with that.
I have
feel-
my own opinions about the world title match, to be quite honest.
What's that?
I have my own opinions about the world title match.
What's that? What's your
Alright,
opinion?
what's your opinion?
Alright, well... It was, other than being plain fucking predictable, why did I have to go over in such a manner that someone had to interfere and someone had to save my fucking ass? It just took the glory I could have got from winning against Aaron Alexander cleanly.
I don't even know. Maybe because if that didn't happen, Leonidas Gonzalez would have kicked your ass. No, this
It's just putting Leonidas over. He's just
Yeah.
going over to main event after a month. Why did it have to be him? I wouldn't have given a shit if it was somebody else, but why the guy that's only been here a month had to interfere?
Who also is an overrated pile of fuck that came from DWF.
Yeah. And
I walked 1,000 miles to screw Brent over.
From Argentina?
Wow. Or
Wait, here's something.
Spartan Township, New Jersey.
Wait, here's something to bring up. Yeah, I'm wondering what the rebuttal is going to be for the interview I did with Smokey over the weekend.
It'll probably be something
I'm gonna
childish and non-intelligent.
I just hope that none of us...
CCL are great. CCL are the best league ever.
Bad grammar.
You are meanie heads and slanderous trolls, XD. Pretty much.
You're smelly poo-poo. Why you poo-poo on league?
Most people they don't have the balls to cut.
Hey, guys, come on. What the fuck is that? What the fuck?
Why you
What's going on here?
Hold on.
What you talking about? I thought I was Andy.
Hey yo, why you not make good car wrestling, Chico?
What the fuck is getting this damn thing? No.
Are you for real?
For real though. I was for real on that interview. For some of y'all who ain't seen it yet, I got it on the list. If y'all can see it on my Spooky Facebook page. Yes, that's a plug. But I was saying that I wanted black in a Hell in a Cell on the next adrenaline. The winner faces Brent whatever he wants.
Now
So,
that's,
Chicks, you better start opening up your wallet and making sure you have the money for the sale.
that's gonna be...
But we ain't gonna say about that because that's confidential. But I said if I lost, quote myself, if I lost, I would leave CCL. But if I won, Black will not get any kind of title shot. I don't care if it's a women's title shot. I don't care what kind of title shot. He won't get no title shot for an entire year. Because he don't get one. He's a joke. Gravy Black, really. Look at his character. Really, look at his character. And he runs his mouth like he's somebody. What has he done in call? That actually Pato. What has he done besides team with CJ Wizard to win the tag team title? In fact, he won. I think he won the national title once or twice. But
And he was, let's see if I remember, he was the SCA Interstar champion back when I was still doing a guy and intergender. And basically, you know,
I have no opinion about Gregory Black. I just don't.
Wait, I have the greatest way possible, and Greg, we all due respect, I have nothing against you. I respect you as a person, and you know, we are friends, whoever. But I'm just gonna say this: before nobody even you sent this one video on Call Mainstream about how you really started first. But here's the thing: nobody even knew your name, and you didn't become big if it weren't for me bringing you into SCA. And people forget this.
Actually, he started out in a league that I was in.
Okay, well,
Smokey,
to be honest with you, I never really knew at the time. And this was back, you know, when I was just coming back into CAW after a very horrible year.
Hmm. Learn
What
something
is
new every day.
what is your opinion on Black?
Gregory Black?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I was just gonna say straight up before you to start that, Greg, I'm letting you know I'm not flaming you and I have nothing against you. I'm just letting everybody know this now.
Even though
I had nothing
he
against
did
him.
deal with you.
I honestly don't, like, my thing about Gregory Black is that, I don't know, he's unappealing to me. Like, he's an alright guy, he's probably a really good stand-up guy, it's just, I find nothing entertaining about Gregory Black.
Maybe it's because of the way he's booked, maybe, I think.
Probably. Like, I feel the same way about Gregory Black than I do with Michael Hyman to a certain extent, though I utterly don't like Michael Hyman for lots of reasons, that he's unappealing, unoriginal, very, very bland as fuck.
Yeah, I just think he's a real asshole all because of that.
It's funny because, you know, he used to have a personality. Now he's just some generic ginger.
Who basically has his great face on every time.
He's some generic ginger who thinks he's hot shit because Herbert Durby was CCL World Champion. Yeah, let me just point something out here. If you look through all the names of the people who were CCL World Heavyweight Champion, and first of all, let me say this, no offense to Tommy Kazarian because he's a friend of mine and all, but if you look through all the list, there are a bunch of fucking nobodies who were like world champions, except selected few people. Brent, because Brent's actually been a world champion before. Let's see, who else?
6-time now.
Yeah, 6-time. Let's see.
Damn should have got the
20 years
CCL
old.
World title right from the get-go.
Yeah, way to give me more intro. Way to give me more intro room, Brent. Good one.
I don't even gotta mention my titles. I mean, don't. It don't matter to me. It don't really matter to me. I don't really care. They ain't what defines Smokey. Titles don't define me. It's how my character is in the promo and the storyline. That's all that matters to me.
Dude,
And what CCL has done.
And here's the
Well,
thing,
what-
and Smokey, you have that problem. Hell, Vamp has the same problem. Like, when was the last time Vamp was in a storyline in CCL? Back.
When did Vamp ever win a match in CCL, to be quite honest?
He's one of a few. I remember the I Quit match where he took out that no-name jobber named Sean Crossfire.
Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. Combo could have been something big, but never got to really be anything big.
Hell, I haven't seen him since Supernova last year.
I remember when he got hit by a fucking car by a certain person in this call. Please don't hit me with my car!
Well, do you think Dan Sulkin, Stone Cold Dan Sulkin could have been something?
No.
I want to do the same thing twice.
Don't even bring that name. No, I'm not even gonna bring up. No, we need to pay attention to
Russian
CCL. Let's not talk
Stone
about
Cold
DWF because God, that's like another
I
story.
thought
for
we
another time.
was talking about Supernova. What the
Yeah,
heck
we're talking
am I
about
Oh,
doing?
Supernova,
wait,
but we're bringing up
wait,
CCL
wait.
as well.
Come to think of it, did any of y'all think that little Armageddon against... Shit, who the hell did he face off against?
Michael
Yeah.
Hyman.
Did any of y'all think that Armageddon Hyman match was any good, despite the fact that Boss Chono came out and helped out?
And I marked out hard because Chono, because he's Chono.
Yeah, you always mark out because, it's Masahiro Chono. You can never not like the fact when Chono comes out. The boss is the boss.
Yeah. Boss Chono is so
Armageddon
good.
Hyman match.
You want to know why I don't do I Quit matches?
No.
I'm waiting.
it
Why?
wasn't
Because
that good.
Because I'm waiting until WWE 13 so I can have a proper I Quit match.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because let me put it this way: if you try to do an I Quit match and you can't do any, it's naturally impossible in the game. And imagine the tons of editing you have to do just to do an I Quit match. It takes too much time.
Yeah, exactly.
If there are some leagues that actually can do a good I Quit match, then all power, all props to you. But for certain leagues, it's not that simple.
But that all depends if they have the right voiceovers to do it.
They don't. Like, I
But
know
this is not.
somebody can do the Michael Hyman voice because Michael Hyman's a real-life person, so he could do his own voice. He's done his own promo before. But for Armageddon, I don't know who owns him, but whoever does, you made a very shitty Kane ripoff.
Yeah, he's basically from my neck of the woods.
Oh boy.
Your neck
In
of
a
the
word,
woods hell.
in a word,
You
Armageddon should no longer call himself a monster. He's tamed. He lost to Aaron Alexander in that last man standing, if you guys remember, so you can't call him a monster. He's tamed. And the fact that, he got beat the hell out of by Blaine, if you saw the U.S. Dojo way back.
I think that's the biggest issue is that, like, you could just, well, let's go back to Supernova. Supernova is like a lot of the leading examples. Predictability in booking, really horribly done matches, like, psychology-wise and just match-wise, it was bad. Characters being big-name characters or characters that could have had potential being shot down in the matter of seconds. Not minutes, seconds.
You mean like that time when the WWE fired Kizarni within a week?
Yeah.
Pretty much like that, yeah.
But didn't he also work in OVW beforehand?
It was FCW, and yeah, he worked there.
Yeah.
He was also a trainer. But, that's pretty much it. Like, you could tell in Supernova, like, big names and guys who could have been something big just getting dropped and squashed in a matter of seconds to people who really don't deserve certain spots that they're at. Certain cause that really don't deserve the spots that they're at.
There's a lot of causes that don't deserve shit.
And
Can
believe it
we?
or not, I'm
Can-
actually improved from the last one we did. We've done this before, but something happened when we were recording. I actually calmed down a lot since then. I'm actually a lot more calmer than I am now than I was then than I was now. But I want to say, I want to send this message to Shaky. This ain't all bad. This ain't all bad. This is a learning experience for you. You need to get bashed. You need to get told what you're doing wrong. You need to get told what you need to do to make your league better. That's why we roast you. Not for all this. We ain't doing this. We ain't doing this because we bored. Let's do this because we're just gonna make fun of this league. No, it ain't because of that. It's because we love Carl and we hate people getting shitted on that work hard in this. We do this for fun, but we build our cause up, and we don't deserve to be shitted on. That's like Brett. Brett was shitted on for so long being held. Although he held the hardcore title, which, in my opinion, is a trash title. In my opinion, it's a trash title.
Smokey, the day the hardcore title left Vamp's waist was the day it lost credibility.
Yeah,
It wasn't
exactly.
used.
Come to think of it,
We're not trying to...
didn't the title
I'm
get
not trying
introduced?
to hate on it. Hang on, Gary. And let me speak this real quick. But we are not trying to insult you over and over. We are, but we ain't. If you understand that, we are, but we ain't. We just speaking our mind. We don't appreciate being speaking on, and we speaking on it. And they're just plain and simple.
Nothing
speak
personal.
I speak whatever I want because I can, and this is my channel, damn it. And what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do? Flag my account? I didn't get. That didn't help me for it. And if you do flag my account, you can best believe I have 20 or 30 other motherfuckers on your ass before you know it. So bring it. And if you want to try something with me, me and CCL really ain't got ties. I really don't got nothing that would actually keep me from saying, fuck it, I'm gonna leave. I can do that anytime I want to. It's more of a want to progress my cause I believe being Brent can do something great. But it's up to fans and everybody else to get behind that idea, but make an impact, do something different for change. You know, I know all y'all on this call will can agree with me. We want to develop call and do something more, so to speak.
I can be completely honest here. CCL has actually killed call for me. I don't even call it that anymore. I prefer to just call it Pro Wrestling Machinima.
Then why don't you watch other leagues then, Brent, outside of CCL?
I watch a lot of leagues outside of it, but that's just killing it. That CCL's killed call for me. I don't even want to refer to call anymore.
That's kind of sad.
That is sad, and it's true too. So
Wait, when
it's
did
a
that
sad
happen for
day.
you?
But still, you
Happened
guys,
for me a while ago.
Oh, shit. But still, to bring up my point about the hardcore title, didn't that title just get introduced last year?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, he got introduced by Vamp last year, and he jobbed no name, and Vamp got screwed out of the tournament by this no name jobber who gave Crossfire the win.
Who? APOC?
No,
Oh.
he got like Suicido came in. He was doing like this whole thing where Suicido was being mind controlled or some crap like that, and Suicido screws Vamp out of the hardcore title to Sean Crossfire, this no name jobber who wished he had the success that Vamp had.
That's
Man,
dumb.
I gotta disagree with you, though. I gotta disagree with you, man. I can't agree with that statement you made. No offense, but I had to build my call back up 3 or 4 different times. And if I didn't
Wait,
enjoy
Sean
the
Crossfire
call, and if I didn't have the drive for it, I wouldn't have rebuilt my call up 3 times already. There's always something exciting in call, but there's always going to be something bad in call, but you got to overcome that. You can't have something negative like what you think and control you.
Smoke.
I never said that call was completely shit. I just said that CCL's just made it very hard for me to even say the word call now, because that's what most of the people are watching now.
Yeah. Because to me, it's this: CCL is the living, breathing example of what not to do when you run a call league.
I thought ECW
Well, I don't even
was
call
like
my
that
own
too.
call league a call league.
What'd you say, Matos?
I thought ECWL was supposed to be the one thing you're not supposed to do in the call league.
You're not supposed to let Alan
ACWL has more credibility than CCL. That's the sad part.
But what about
Oh,
Call
yeah.
of Honor or OJFWA? Oh wait, I forgot. Nobody looks at Call of Honor. Not even the...
No.
Not-
Leave OJFWA alone, all right?
Oh, okay.
OJFWA gets its fair share of viewers, and I'll put it out right now. OJFWA is highly underrated because it's one of those few puro style call leagues out there that's actually good.
True. Very true.
Because
Not a lot
there
of
are some
pure
shit
leagues in
ones out
general,
there.
so.
There's some real shit ones out there, like the one league, New Japan Call Wrestling.
Oh god.
Okay, I never seen that league. How is that league anyway?
Okay, let me tell you how bad it is. It's so bad that Hogan vs. Flair made a parody of one of the characters.
It was a hot soup, right?
Yeah, King of Hot Soup is a parody off of the New Japan Call Wrestling the New Japan Call Wrestler called King of Hot Soup.
HATSU to HOTSOUP.
Yeah, Hot Soup.
Guess who is probably the main event person there, and that's fucking Mason Chronic, and we all know who he looks like.
Mason, yeah, Mason.
Dun, 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 dun.
A Brock Lesnar wannabe.
Exactly.
But still, what about TNXA or UCCW?
I don't watch either one of
Well,
them.
I'm not gonna judge until I actually see some of these for myself.
I'm not gonna touch any of those for a minute. But like I said, there's like, you have your fair share of bad leagues and you have your fair share of good ones. And the sad part is, it's the really bad leagues that get all the attention while the good ones don't get shit.
Mm-hmm.
Usually. And the only reason
But see,
CCL
he's
gets so
like,
much, and to me, I think CCL gets so much attention. How people like to watch CCL so much is because he puts so many flashes, bells, whistles on a pile of shit that he covers up the fact that if you take away all the flashes, bells, whistles, and cool little quirky effects of the video, it is a pile of shit.
Plus, wouldn't that also include editing my ring announcing to make sure it don't sound like just mumbles?
That falls under audio. That falls under him not knowing how to do audio right.
Oh, that figures.
I mean,
No, I think I can name a few off the top of my head that are underrated. You know, OJFWA, SCA for one, Aggression Championship Wrestling run by my friend Sherman, NYCW run by my friend Andy. Like, those are the few that I can name off the top of my head that are very underrated and were never really given a chance. SCA was never given a chance even from its existence.
To be
Wow.
quite honest, most of the leagues that are out don't get the attention they deserve. The only league that I can right off the top of my head that's getting the attention it fully deserves is Pro Wrestling Dynasty, and me and Loudon watch that all the time.
yeah.
And I'm friends with the guy who runs Dynasty.
Yeah, I forgot about that you knew him. He gets a lot of credibility. I mean, he gets like 60, 70 likes on each video, and that's what he deserves.
Very much.
But wouldn't the same be said true as in really bad feds that get all the publicity, such as SMF?
Oh God.
SMF.
SMF.
Okay.
Stay away from the ladies and gentlemen. I'm saying it right now. Stay away from the SMF forums.
Oh,
they-
of course.
They were always should.
I can sum up SMF with 4 words. SpongeBob now, SpongeBob now.
Are you referencing you, man?
No, that's actually what he said on commentary. SpongeBob now, SpongeBob now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Scissor kick by there, by God.
Anyway,
Look at that
while we're
move right
dragging
there.
this on, while we're dragging this on, anybody else got anything else to say about CCL?
To be honest, I do. Because it really pisses me off to the fact that guys like Lee and Joseph, seeing the fact that we're broadcasters, we can't go in the ring. Now, I understand that they want to protect the safety of the broadcasters, but if we want to fight, we're gonna fight. Regardless.
Okay,
Open
that's
fight,
okay.
nice rubber.
Damn straight. And not really. Besides commentating, if you guys know, I wrestle in ECW. You know, even though I have control of NYCW, I still wrestle, but not as much.
Yeah.
But I do wrestle in ACW. So by all right, I should go in Sushex's office, beat the crap out of him, and take over his show like I did to NYCW.
Plus,
Maybe if I take over CCL, maybe I can make things make sense again.
yes, please. But
That
still,
isn't impossible. It's impossible. Look at me in WEDL. I started there, and I was a commentator when I first started in WEDL. And what happened? I went from commentator to a wrestler.
plus smoke.
Into a commentator and a wrestler at the same time. I even commentated while I was wrestling in WEDL.
But still,
Yeah, but that's actually
right?
pretty funny.
Loudon, would y'all probably say the same things?
What, that I should be a commentator and a wrestler?
Well,
No, they-
aren't you?
If it was me booking CCL, maybe I could make CCL watchable.
Yeah, but still,
yeah.
isn't Sushi X a wrestler? So,
It's at that point where anybody could come in and make CCL better, but they'd have a lot of work to do. They'll basically be like Obama, because basically it's like this. If anybody comes in, they're basically like Obama. It's gonna take them a good couple of months or a year to fix this 8-month fuck up.
or in sports references, say like the Houston Astros, so to speak, even though there's no fixing that damn situation.
That's
You
true.
talking
Well, I
about
wouldn't really
Sonny?
understand because I don't really watch sports, so.
Not really.
Well, if I can
My
remind
team
you,
hasn't won a World Series in 108 years, so.
true, very true. But the fact of the matter is, what I'm trying to say is they need to stop bringing all these celebrities and shit, like how they brought in George Lopez at one time.
Made no
They brought
sense.
they brought in Jay-Z and Beyonce, Alyssa Milano.
Those were both stupid, and no.
He's got Dante and Gambit in there as well. Gambit doesn't do shit. Dante hasn't done shit. Bonos is gone.
And
Just get rid of all the
used to-
fantasy people.
He used to have Miley Cyrus in there before he done the right thing and fired her.
He used to have Ray Lewis in there, which was...
Actually, he still does.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he came back in the Supernova pre-show.
God damn it.
Against the returning Mason Chronic. Huh.
Basic crime.
Mostly because Eddie Mack is from Baltimore.
Okay.
Maryland.
Anyway, who wants to go? Who wants to hit the next final thoughts? Loudon, you want to go, or you want somebody else to go?
I'll wait till the end, honestly.
Okay, final
All
thoughts.
right, Joseph, you go.
Yeah, final thoughts, Joseph Matos.
Alright, so here's my final thoughts. First off, I'm going to say straight up, Sushi X, I'm letting everybody know right now, and I've said this maybe 100 million times in this entire roast. I have nothing against any of the people who were mentioned in this roast. I'm letting everybody know this now before you try to start flaming me on YouTube, Twitter, and on Facebook. I have nothing against anybody who has been mentioned in this roast. But like I said, I'm speaking out of this from honest opinion, and maybe it will take a while, but improvements can be made and things can be fixed. I'm hoping that certain things can be redeemed before it becomes to the point where it's too late. So I hope you guys you take our advice to heart. Don't take it as personal. Please don't try to attack me on Skype, because I will give you the leg drop.
In other words, the views expressed by us in this roast are only our views. We do not mean to make fun or bring harm to the individuals well, actually, Smokey and Brent does, but still, we don't mean to fuck up anybody's reputations. We just
Except for
here to have...
CCL.
True. And some other colleagues that will remain... and some other colleagues that will remain unnamed at the end of this post, but still, we do not mean to screw up anybody's reputations. If we did, we are sorry, or we are just too lazy to give a fuck.
So, okay. But Brent, okay. Brent, go ahead with your final thoughts.
Final thoughts, Brent Harkener.
It's a damn shame that it had to be that I would be the CCL World Champion, because now the company's pretty much in a hostage situation that I threatened to leave, and that's why I got the world title shot in the first place. And now, what's stopping me from leaving with the belt?
Nathan House, but
One thing is,
Oh, fuck Nathan House.
one little bitty thing is stopping you from leaving. You want me to tell you what that is?
What?
Creative
Me.
control.
He's gonna,
Me.
stroke his own dick and say himself.
Wow.
I personally just want to see all these feuds go on like me and Smokey's one, because we can, make CCL great again. Great for the first time, if we do
And make
storyline.
Vamp legitimate so we can actually go for the world title at least.
I would be glad if Vamp gets mid-card at worst, because that's his situation, either main event or mid-card in my eyes.
True. Very true.
More credible than most of the roster.
Okay. Final
I
thoughts.
don't see him as
Loudon,
lower
you
Carter,
want
he's
the
okay
last-
with me.
Yeah, I'm going last. Go Smokey. Final thoughts,
Still,
Smokey.
Okay.
Final thoughts, Smokey.
Alright, here we go. Final thoughts. CCL, you have screwed me time and 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 time again. And I
I
keep
will
on
count
getting
it wide.
and I always get this. So Don't worry, I got this plan. Don't worry, I got this plan. Don't worry, I got this plan. And I never see it. All I see is a bunch of lackluster wrestling, and that stuff with Gregory Black, that KO by elbow on a comeback. Really? Smokey, really, if I was really in that ring, I wouldn't have just let that match. I would have continued beating his ass. I would have whipped the ref's ass and threw his ass out the ring. Well, I was beating Black ass. I don't care. And that was a dumbass ending to a match. I don't care if you're trying to push Black's character to that heel status. Smokey's you're trying to make Smokey a main eventer. Push him for the world title. That's your plan, right, Sushi? But you choose it that way to have this so-called triangle with, oh no, it's actually a square with Alexander, Harvinator, Black, and Smokey. That's the ultimate plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
It don't really make no, and then it all comes down to two after the next show. That ain't gonna happen. I'm saying this to the heart. Me, I will not face Brent until we have time for us to build up youth club. As we said in this video and the previous ones, we want to build our feud up and do it right. So I don't care who wins. I don't care who loses. To be honest with y'all, I bet Brent feels the same way as I do. Even though he's cocky as hell, I bet our character, he would say he don't care whether he wins or loses against me. It just, as long as we get to do it our way.
To be honest,
Am I right?
yeah, truer words just cannot be said any clearer. But still.
Am I right, Brent? I want to hear it from you, Brent. Say it.
I completely agree with you, my friends.
Alright, that's good. Alright. I'm done. That's my final thoughts. I just wanted to get that word. I just wanted to get the words. You heard it. There you go, Sushi. There you go. And that's my final thought. Go ahead, Loudon. Deal with it.
Final thoughts, Loudon Styles.
Wow, well, if Smokey's done stroking his dick like he usually does, because we love him so much about that. Sorry, that's just me being an asshole again. But no, I mean, you heard the gripes, you heard the problems, you heard the issues that everybody has with CCL. And this is coming from people who have worked with have worked with Sushi, commentated with Sushi, have their calls in there with Sushi, and basically a watcher of call.
Oh, and don't forget ring announcer.
And ring announcer. Now here's the thing. There was a time where I actually wanted to have my call in CCL. And here's the reason why. Because I knew that if I got my call in CCL, it wouldn't even take me a month to be world champion, probably. Because at that time, he'd accept anybody. And I mean anybody.
Yeah, and this is back during CCL's infancy, back when it was first starting.
Back in early 2010, if I'm not mistaken.
Pretty much. Now, this is the very same league that has its own place in Botcha Glitcha Mania. That's how bad it is. It has its own place in Botcha Glitcha Mania. And before anyone goes, well, you know, those are pretty old. No, almost half of the Botcha Glitcha Manias that have CCL in it are his updated shows. It's like his old shows, but it's also his updated CPVs and or shows. And you can see the mistakes he makes. And you think, watching that, he would improve in some way. No, he just laughs at it and acts like it's not a big deal. And he keeps making the same mistake. And the problem is, there's nobody, and I mean nobody there, that tells him his problems or tries to tell him, hey, you kind of fucked up here. You need to, like, fix this. You need to fix that. When you put the name titles up, could you at least make sure you're putting it on the right wrestler? Because it'd be weird if Smokey comes out to the ring and all of a sudden his nameplate says Tommy Kazarian.
Even
Oh,
though
God.
Botcha Glitchamania hasn't released a video in over 8 months.
Yeah, true.
And anybody who's followed SCA knows that SCA has only been on Botch Glitch only twice, and that was during crossover shows.
Exactly. But here's the thing: CCL has its own little place in Botcha Glitchamania because he makes so
That's
many
roughly
mistakes.
5 minutes.
Yeah, and here's the thing: you could tell that he just churns shows out because there is no excuse for the amount of mistakes and fuck-ups in the match, in the show itself. There is no excuse for those botches. There's no excuse for you misplacing nameplates. There's no excuse for you to forget to turn certain things off. You had time. You know, you make your time. But he still makes those mistakes. And if it's not him making mistakes production-wise, it's the fact that he puts every little bells, whistle, little flash and effect to cover up his fuck-up. And that's you know, not saying much, because you can still see it. If it's not the production, it's the audio. And if it's not the audio and the production, it's how he books the match and how he fucks people over. People that, you know, could have been something but never really amounted to anything. Or big names that he doesn't know how to book, period. And again, once again, like I said, nobody tells him this. Because most, if not anybody, doesn't have any cognitive thought on how a call show should look, because trust me, it's not supposed to look that shitty. And that's all I gotta say.
Kevin McMillan is a ripoff of me when I first started as a heel.
Yes, well, you know. But that is what Sushi X needs to know.
And that's how
That's like we're
I
all
feel,
trying to start to cover something.
if we all done, I just want to say this, Sushi, and you heard it from all of us, we spoke our mind. You take what we say and put it into your brain and act on it. Instead of going behind, I'm going to stop sucking your own dick and put out a real show and do your damn thing. Put a good colleague out there. Good damn. And what is it got to take? You got the great, you got the damn good scars. You got good calls. All you gotta do is put a good show on. That's all you gotta do. Instead of putting this damn shit. No offense to all these women. I know Joseph likes the Divas matches, but there's too many damn Divas matches. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm done. I promise you, and that's it. This is Phil. This is the Smoke Room. I'm signing out. Peace.
And with that being said, we bid all of you adieu.